up, delivery fam? Welcome to another episode of the Gig App Life Podcast, a great source of information and entertainment while you're out there making your money. So if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit subscribe, click the bell, and join the team. You wanna know why? Because I'm a driver too. What's up, delivery fan? What's up, y'all? Listen, I apologize. I do not know what just happened. Everything just crashed for a second, and then it took me a little while to come back up. All right, but welcome to another episode of the Gig App Life Podcast. I got my co-host with me.
Hello.
Y'all know who that is. What's up, Double M? What's up, Phoenix Delivery Driver? What's up, Naz the Gig Accountant? Aranka Linder. What's up, y'all? What's up? Who else is here? All right, we got some people that were in the first one, and then they came to the second one. What's up, Star Butterfly Girl? What's up, y'all? Lynn Lucas, how you doing? Who me? What's up, y'all? Okay, so tonight we're going to be talking about Instacart tipping policy changes, plus tip baiter deactivations, Mrs. UDM. Did you get that email?
No, I did not.
You didn't read it yet?
Yes, I did. I'm sorry.
Okay, you didn't. Okay, you got it. All right, just wanted to make sure. All right, so what's up, y'all? What's up? I hope y'all had a marvelous day. Every now and again, technology malfunctions, and this is just one of those situations, okay? So what I'm going to do in this episode of the Gig App Life Podcast is we're going to go through this entire email, but we're going to stop after each point. Okay, Mrs. UDM, you up for that?
Yes, definitely.
All right, so I think she over there. Something got her sidetracked, y'all. I don't know what she over there doing, but she kind of like, in her own world. What you doing over there?
Nothing. Looking at the email, but I did read it already though. But I'm pulling it up. Must you know, sir?
Yeah. Okay. I was about to say you over there sidetracked. All right. So let's get this up on the screen. All right, a lot of you probably received this already, but let's go through it together. All right, it says, "Hi, shopper. We're always working to make sure we offer the best possible experience for shoppers. While shoppers' earnings..." I'm sorry, I had a little chuckle right there because I know how some people feel already, especially if they're a veteran shopper. But while shoppers' earnings from tips have nearly doubled since the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic, we also know that making sure you have consistent access to earnings, including tips, is a crucial part of the shopper experience. It also goes on to say, "Today, we're making a few changes to the platform to provide more clarity around tips, confidence in the expected tip amount you may receive from a customer, and faster and easier access to your earnings." Faster and easier access to your earnings. I mean, obviously it's not going to be 3 days anymore, right?
I guess we'll see.
All right. So
why can't it be immediately after you finish, after you hit the delivered?
Well, I guess, they want to make sure that you, just in case you're a bad shopper and the customer has a bad experience, that you know how they always say the customer is always right. Right. So if the customer has a bad experience and they want that customer to remain loyal to the Instacart platform, they want to make sure that if they had a bad shopper, they can rate that shopper so they don't ever have to return again.
So they say. All
right. So what's up, Battle Axe? What's up, everybody that's just coming in? All right. So let's get this thing started. That was just the Elion says nonsense, straight buffoonery.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's get these different points started, okay, family? All right, here we go. Point number 1. Requiring customer feedback. Less than 0.5% of all Instacart orders have tips removed after delivery. I'm sorry. Let me get this off of the screen because I don't want y'all to read on without me. That 0.5%. Where they get them numbers from?
That's what I was saying. That's probably some made up numbers. Why they didn't show us the data so we can see for ourselves if it's 0.5, because it's probably something they just made up.
Yeah, like, oh my gosh, yes, only 0.5% of all of Instacart's orders that, man, come on, man. Let's keep it real. Mrs. UDM, you know me. Take the wheel. Take the wheel.
Definitely. Like I said, I know that's not true. I know it's definitely more customers that's taking back their tips and doing things. So, that, like I said, I just think that's some numbers that they made up because, of course, they want to make sure that they continue to look good. So that's what that's all about.
So that's a corporate move.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. So let's get this back up on the screen, family. I'm sorry. I had that 0.5% was just bothering me. All right. So get this back up on the screen. All right. Let's skip over that 0.5% because I know for a fact. Well, I don't know it for a fact. Let me take that back.
That's some sugar honey iced tea.
That is definitely some sugar honey iced tea. But anyway, all right. So less than 0.5% of all Instacart orders have tips removed after delivery. Despite this rare occurrence, we realize it's disappointing for shoppers to see a tip reduction after the order is complete. Starting this week, we are requiring customers to leave feedback if they decide to remove the tip after delivery. In the coming weeks, we'll be testing an option for shoppers to view this feedback in an effort to help you better understand why a tip may have been removed. What do you think about that, Mrs. UDM?
I don't agree with it because at the end of the day, a customer can say whatever they want, just like they often say that they didn't get their food and they really, in actuality, they did. So I just think it's something that the customer, the person who wants to be nasty and remove the tip, is just something they're going to make up a lie or reason why that they had to remove the tip. So I don't agree with that.
So you don't feel at all that the us being able to see the customer feedback would, I guess, improve things?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, listen, I'm just having a conversation with you.
No, I know. It just pissed me off because I know, definitely I know, I'm not going to say 100% of the shoppers, but I would say at least 90% of shoppers try to go above and beyond.
Right.
So, I will definitely say that.
Okay. All right. So how do y'all feel in the chat? Before we move on, I want to know how y'all feel about that part. Okay. Star says removed could mean an unhappy shopper who complains, whereas they could say changed for the non-complaining customers. Elion says that's giving the customer too much power. Oh my gosh.
Exactly. I agree.
Giving the customer too much power, and that is a veteran shopper, Elion. I think Elion, correct me if I'm wrong, Elion, but I think you said you've been doing this for 2 years. But I know that this is your bread and butter. What's up, On a Mission? All right. Double M says trying to keep. Okay, all right. You talking to somebody else, Double M. All right. So, no other responses to this bullet point requiring customer feedback. And then you'll be able to see it. Okay, I guess we'll just move on. Let's move on. The next bullet point is deactivating shoppers who abuse the platform. Oh, geez. Okay, let's continue. While the number of customers who frequently remove their tip is very low, they keep on pushing that, man. While the number of customers who frequently remove their tip is very low, we feel it's important to address those who inappropriately use the platform. For the benefit of all shoppers on the platform, we are now deactivating any customer who consistently and egregiously, I think I'm saying that word right?
Yes.
Egregiously engages in this type of behavior. Okay. So they are now saying that they are going to deactivate customers that are literally taking advantage of the tip, the bait then switch thing. How do you feel about that? Do you really think they're going to?
No, I don't think they are. I just think there's something that they're putting out to make the shopper, us to feel better, but I don't really think they're going to do it because at the end of the day, that's money that they're missing out. And this is a corporate world and they're not going to want to miss out on one dime. So I seriously doubt if they're going to deactivate customers.
All right. So, all right. You do not So you think this is a PR move?
Exactly.
Just to kind of like get the heat off of them, since shoppers have, they've really complained about this, and they're getting a lot of media coverage right now.
Exactly, because they keep saying the low numbers, like you said earlier, they keep pushing that. So they, that's why I said I just think it's something that they're just going to put in place or say they're putting in place, but I don't really feel they're going to be deactivating customers, sorry.
Yeah, okay. All right, let's move on. How about that? Y'all ready to move on? You ready to move on, Mrs. Julia?
Yes, let's move on.
Okay, all right. Deactivating shoppers who abuse the platform. All right, now let's move on to this one. Reducing the tipping window. The tipping window, family. All the veteran shoppers, y'all know it's been 3 days for you to be able to receive all the money that you were promised up front, right? Reducing the tipping window. Based on our team's research, we found that another low number.
Exactly.
We found that only 0.25% of orders have a tip adjusted after 24 hours. While we want to ensure customers have flexibility to increase tips, the data has indicated that 1 day post-delivery is sufficient time for them to adjust their tip. That's why starting this Monday, June 8th, we will be shortening the tipping window from 3 days to 24 hours to continue to allow customers to increase their tip if they choose, while limiting the amount of time that shoppers need to wait for a tip to be finalized. What do you think?
Wow, whippy-do, 24 hours. Why they can't cut it down to an hour or two? Why it has to be 24 hours?
Did you just say, wow, whoop-de-doo?
Yep. I guess they feel like they're doing something. Now we're going from 3 days to 24 hours. Like, that's really supposed to do something. What happened to a few hours after you shop? Why do you need 24 hours for someone to determine if they're going to take their tip or reduce the tip?
Yeah, for real, right? When you
don't
think
take
about
24 hours.
You
Either
get your... Go
a
ahead.
good shop or you didn't have a good sugar honey iced tea shop.
You know what? You got a point there, and you just raised a whole new conversation. I mean, how long does it take for a person to know, like, were you a good shopper or a bad shopper? Does it really take 24 hours?
Nope.
I'm just saying, it don't take 24 hours. If I ordered for one of y'all to do my shopping, and you come and you drop it off at my door, you drop it off, you hand it off to me or whatever, all right? And I start packing my stuff away, that's literally within like the first 30 minutes.
Exactly.
Like, for real? They giving you 24 hours to change your tip for something that can happen within 30 minutes. So that hour window is a more believable number, or something that I feel like, they should reduce it to, not 3 days to 24 hours.
Yes, that's true. Like I said again, I just think this is a PR move. So,
all right, family. Let's continue. Let's continue, because this Mrs. UDM, she on fire tonight, y'all.
Oh yeah.
All right, so let's continue here. All right, it says updating the cash out experience. Starting Thursday, June 11th, we're expanding instant cash out to give you the ability to cash out your tips in addition to your earnings from Instacart. With a reduced tipping window, you can cash out tips just 24 hours after you complete a delivery, making it even faster and easier to access your earnings. How do y'all feel about that? I know it was probably like a pain in the behind waiting 3 days just for you to cash out all your tips, especially if it was a big tip. If you had like a 100+ item shop and the customer left you like a $50 or let's just go like what Elion said. She had like a $200 shop, so that's a pretty good payout. So let's read some of the chat. You see anything else that I might have missed? Anything that I might have missed in the chat that you wanna read out loud? I'm just gonna read whatever I see.
Okay. No.
Yeah. No, nothing.
Mm-mm.
Okay, all right. Roger Lisa says that might not change anything because customers have been taking the tip back right after delivery, right? Elion Elion says, yes, 24 hours. They usually take the two back, or take the tip back, or cut it after you drop off the delivery. Okay, coast to coast. What's up? Is because a tip can be braised because of added items. Be braised? I don't know what that means.
Me either.
Okay, all right. So let's continue to the last screenshot, and then we're gonna open up the lines. All right. All right. So the last screenshot, it says waiving cash out fees through July. We recognize that for many, it's more important than ever to have immediate access to your earnings. To continue supporting shoppers during this time, we're waiving all cash out fees for shoppers using Visa cards starting this Monday, June 8th through July 31st, 2020. I mean, Visa cards. I don't know if anybody uses MasterCard or any other kind of card, but I'm waiving cash out fees. That's not a bad deal. How much it costs to cash out anyway?
I don't know. I've never done it before, so I don't know. But what they could have put there at the end is when the customer takes their tip back, maybe Instacart can go ahead and pay the amount that they reduced the tip for. That would be nice. Have it come out of Instacart's pocket.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, the question of tonight, though, with all these changes that Instacart is making, does this solve the real issue for Instacart shoppers? New, veteran, all kind of shoppers? Does it really solve the issue? The real issue. What is the real issue, Mrs. UDM?
The real issue is that the customers are taking their tips back. So that's the real issue, and I don't really think that that's being solved because they're still giving them the large window to adjust their tip and take it back, which I think needs to definitely be changed. Why are they even allowing them to even do that? I think that feature should be completely removed. That's just my thought. So, and as a new shopper, I would like to see what some of the veteran shoppers have to say.
Okay. All right. That's your real issue, right?
Yes, a huge issue.
Okay.
I haven't had it happen to me yet, thank God, but you never know. And those that have experienced it, I know you were really pissed.
All right. So that's your real issue. You want to know what my real issue is?
Yes.
I still can't get a doggone batch. I can't get I was swiping like crazy the last couple of days, and I can't get a batch.
I told you when you got to get them.
I ain't getting up that doggone early.
Well, you ain't gonna get no batch.
I be working, man. I be doing these live streams and stuff late now. I'm not, man.
They don't want to get up, guys. I told them you got to do early morning, 7 o'clock. They be dropping.
The early bird catches the worm, right? But I'm saying I still can't get a batch. That's my real issue. What is your real issue on the Instacart platform? Put it in the chat or in the comment section down below. And at this time, we're going to open up the lines. So if you wish to call in and you wish to express how you feel about this release of this new policy and deactivating customers and all these low numbers they talking about, like for real, Instacart, are you really like gonna deactivate your customers? Or I feel like all these situations with the bots, the shoppers that are out there that are using the bots that are giving bad service is causing harm to the platform, but they are not addressing that issue in their updated policy because it's money in the bank.
Exactly.
So I that's the issue that I have. The tip baiting, the bait and switch, I figured out a way how to maneuver around that whenever I was able to get a batch, you know what I'm saying? But the real issue to me is me being on the platform and I can't even work. I ain't getting jack. Nothing at all. And I'm not waking up at doggone 4:30 in the morning with your behind to get a doggone batch. No.
But question for you, do you feel the new feature that they put in place with taking the picture has maybe reduced some of the shoppers that are using other people's accounts?
You asking me a question of something I never experienced. What picture taking you talking about?
Well, when they ask you to verify.
Oh, verify your picture.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
That you are the actual shopper.
Okay, I got you. All right. I guess I didn't listen to the whole question. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, it probably did reduce it, but how often are they even asking you to take a picture? I've been on my phone how many times trying to get a batch, and I haven't been asked to take a picture not one time.
Well, probably because you haven't gotten a batch. But I'm sure if you had a batch, you probably would have to take a picture.
Okay.
So let's try it in the morning. Let's see if you're going to wake up.
Hey, not tomorrow. Not tomorrow, okay? Not tomorrow. At this time, family, we're going to open up the lines. I'm going to put the number up on the screen so you can call in. The number is at the bottom left. It's 954-893-2121. Call us. Humi says, I have not seen that feature yet. Flemo says that will stop the people dropping on crazy tips to screw people. Thank you for calling the Gig App Life podcast. Who are we speaking to? Hello.
How you doing, UDM? It's Elian.
Hey, Elian, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Just
How you
make sure
doing,
make sure your vibrator's off. You see, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
Yes.
I knew it. Okay.
Oh, it's the notifications. It's the
Yeah.
notifications.
I knew it was something. So, how do you feel? How do you feel about this new update to their policy? This whole tipping thing.
Okay, there we go. I got them off. How y'all doing tonight?
I'm good. How you doing?
Hello. I'm doing well.
All praises. I'm glad to hear that.
Okay. All right.
Which question you want to hit me with first?
Well, okay. The question of tonight is: does this solve the real issue for you?
No.
It does not solve the real issue. What is your real issue?
It does not solve the real issue for the simple fact it causes another issue. We have issues with the customers lying. So this option that they gave them to actually rate us, instead of just putting a cap on the tip that we see in the app before we do their shop, it's just going to make the problem even worse.
So you feel this is opening a can of worms for customers to go even further with their lie?
Yes, absolutely. Unfortunately, all the customers don't have integrity. And that's something that we have to worry about when we out here shopping for these customers. You never know who going to pull that card.
Yes, that's true. I agree. That was one of the things that I mentioned too. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, giving them a 24-hour window, that was, to be honest with you, I feel like that was a slap in the face. Like, 24 hours. 24 hours is not even needed for them to take the tip back. I remember that one customer that cut my tip in half. Soon as I dropped that delivery off, that tip was cut in half. I knew it. I knew it before I left the driveway. It was just the way that the customer was speaking to me. It was so ill. I wanted to take her groceries back to the store. I'm trying to tell you. She was very nasty. And sometimes, depending on, I ain't trying to make this a race thing, but sometimes when we pull up, you could tell by the customer's demeanor. You could tell by their vernacular, how they talking to you, how the outcome is going to be. If they gave you a decent tip, I hear, yeah, they'll snatch your tip back, all of it. Some of them, if they didn't give you a tip, I've had customers that actually came out to give us a tip, and they see us get out the car, and they're like, I'm going to put my tip right back in my pocket.
Yeah.
I've had that happen so many times. So I really truly feel like I like the word that you use. It opens up a can of worms for some customers that don't have integrity.
Yeah. I got you.
I like the word they use too. Egregiously, because that's exactly what the customers are doing. You know what I'm saying? It's horrible for them to do that to us, but they actually have the option to do it because Instacart supplies it.
Yeah. So you're still not having issues with batches. You're still able to get your money?
To be honest with you, yes. Usually around, I could tell the bot people. I watched this video the other day, and it was showing how a lot of the Instacart shoppers are actually buying into the bot. They trying to get their money however they can.
Yeah.
Some people don't care about getting kicked off the platform. People struggling out here right now. I can't say I'm mad about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm still making my money regardless. If I got to turn on DoorDash or Uber or whatever other platform to get my money, that's what I'm going to do.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Eliane, is great to hear you again. Mrs. UDM, you have any questions for Eliane before we open the lines back up?
No, just continue
Hold up. Go ahead.
No, I don't have any questions. Just continue to get that money and working hard and be safe out there.
I appreciate it. You guys as well.
All right. Thanks for calling in again. I think you called in because I called you out last time.
Well, I was waiting for somebody else to call, but I didn't hear the phone ring, so I was like, let me get mine in so I could go to bed.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, because she knows that she has to get up early to get those batches,
Yeah.
Mr. UDM.
I actually take Saturdays off. I actually celebrate the Sabbath, so I don't work on Saturdays
Gotcha.
at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Blessings,
But I was
definitely.
up to like 5 o'clock in the morning, so I'm ready to hit the hay.
Got you.
I'm sure.
Well, you see how you said you were waiting on somebody else to call? You know there were 2 other people that were calling with you?
What?
But yours got through first. Yeah, there were 2 other numbers that were calling. So let's give them an opportunity to call in. Thank you for calling in, okay, Eliane? Go ahead to bed and so you could get up early at 5.
All praises. You guys have a good night.
You too. Be safe. Bye-bye.
All right.
All praises. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, family. The lines are open again. I saw 2 other numbers that were calling in. I'm not going to call. One in particular has been trying to call for a long time on many different episodes and many different streams, but they haven't been able to get through. And that is Matt B. Okay, Matt B. I saw your number up on my screen, man. So call in. We waiting on you. I saw you too, Double M. Thank you for calling the Gig App. Hello.
Wait.
Oh my gosh, y'all. She is on fire. Oh my gosh. Double M. Bring it down a couple notches, please.
All right. Gotcha. Well, I'm talking to you through Bluetooth, UDM.
Oh my gosh, Double M. Ooh. I don't think anybody was ready for that. What's up, Double M?
Oh, nada. Everything. Good, bad, and ugly.
Good, bad, and ugly. Okay. All right. So, what about did you get the tipping policy changes? How do you feel about it?
Actually, UDM, I just read the whole daggone policy eat a Gary burger before you came on.
Okay.
Yes, I got the policy this morning.
So how do you feel about it, Double M?
Don't like it.
You don't like it?
Only thing I like is that we're not going to be charged the fee. Okay, that's nice, but
Okay.
it's only 50 cents. But that means you can cash out without having to give them any money. That's cool.
Okay.
Where they're getting their percentage numbers, don't ask me. I don't know. I'm not even going to try to explain that one.
Okay.
And 24 hours is dead. Seriously. No.
So
I
24
think
hours, you think, how much time, do you agree with us that it should be a lot less, like an hour versus 24 hours?
Nope. I don't think it should be any time.
Oh, okay.
Look, so on Roadie and on Grubhub and DoorDash and all of from watching you, if they're telling you that they're going to pay you $15 to go to the restaurant and pick up food and then drive to somebody's house, and you accept that. Right now, Instacart does not have a schedule. It has on demand, meaning that you, as the shopper, get to choose which order you get to pick, which I think is cool. And you see that the order has $25 to go and pick up 25 items and drive 16 miles or 1 mile or whatever, and you say, ooh, that looks good, and you pick that, then at the end of the day, I don't feel that you should have to worry about if the customer is going to give you more tip. You accepted what was already there. Same with Roadie. Same with Grubhub. Same with DoorDash. You accepted that already. So, no, I don't think that the customer has the right to go back in and give you more money, less money, zero money, whatever money. No, you should take that and keep it moving. Now, if you don't like that, don't do that particular gig. Don't do that particular order, period.
Gotcha.
You don't like it, don't do it. Don't shop it. Don't work it, period, because you've got that choice as an independent contractor to do it or not.
Okay.
Period. So, no, I don't think they should do that. With Roadie, they tell us, okay, you're going to do $15 to go to Home Depot and pick up this mulch and take it to this customer's house. Okay, I'll take that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't have to go back in and tip me nothing. If you want to give me a cash tip, I'm going to take the cash. But, no, I don't think that the customer has the right to go in and change the tip. Now, if you're going to add more items into whatever's already there, then I think Instacart should be the one to give you more money for adding more items per item. Yeah, okay, I agree with that. But no, I don't agree that a customer like that CNN report that you read, no. She did a $58 order, and they took the whole $50 from her and made her do at $8. Do you know how many items there are? Okay, understandable that there are items, got it. And then at the other end of the spectrum, there are if you take one baby food and it's the same baby, I forget the name, my bad. Anyway, do you know how much stuff you're still carrying? At the end of the day, it's still an item.
Okay.
Even so, you're still putting all of that into a bag.
Right.
So if you're saying you're doing 50 items, and then on top of it they got slash 100 pieces of other, of extra stuff, you're still sticking all of that into a bag to carry to somebody's house.
Right.
That to me is still 100 items, period.
Gotcha.
And no. So, yeah.
All right.
Kick rocks. Hi, Kick rocks. Woo, hi, Kick rocks. Anyhow, so, yeah, no. So what do you think, Mrs. UDM? Are you agreeing with me on this, or how you feel? And, yeah, UDM. Hold on. Before you answer that, Mrs. UDM, yeah, she's right. She's absolutely 100% right. You need to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, which I have been doing, because when you look at the app and you see that the orders, the batches are on there, nobody's awake. So the bots aren't taking them. They're just sitting there. I mean, I can actually see $20, $25 worth orders, go take a shower, and they're still sitting there, and they're not getting taken, like, right away. Yeah, she's right. You have to get up really, really early in the morning to catch them because, like, around 4 or 5 in the evening, they're gone. It says no batches.
Okay.
So,
all right. Well,
so what do you think,
well,
Mrs. UDM?
I'll say this. I'll say this before. I just gotta interject really quick. See,
Okay.
Mrs. UDM, she focuses on the apps she likes to work, right?
Okay.
And I feel like that's a Instacart, that's a Shipped, that's a Amazon Flex, right? And
Right.
I am a man, and I'm one of those men that don't like to shop. So I don't check it.
Right.
I don't feel it's necessary for me to get up at 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning to check the app, you know. But if it was an app that I would like to work, I would, you know, probably get up and check that app as soon as possible.
True.
It's like as a man, I'm just speaking for myself. As a man, I'm not a fan of going down aisles and looking up stuff and checking the weight and doing this and making sure the fruit is ripe. That's not my thing.
Right.
I'm just being honest.
Right.
You know.
True. Because before this all happened, true, you used to get up really early in the morning and do your ride along. You used to do your ride along early in the morning for Grubhub or DoorDash, because I remember you used to be like, okay, I'm going in for breakfast. Wait, I got to get my coffee. Right. You used to get up for an app that you liked, or you'll drive far away for dispatch. True. You're not a shopper.
I'm not. You know, I'll be honest and say I'm not a shopper.
I'm still waiting for that ride along. One of them.
Right,
you did one. That was like, wow. I was like, oh my God, he did a ride along already.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I don't remember UDM. I've been so tired. Oh my God. That I've been doing roadie and Instacart that I'm like ready. I go in at 6 in the morning. I'm up and then I don't stop till 11.
Let's stay on topic. Let's stay on topic. Double M, stay on topic. All right, you asked Mrs. UDM a question.
I get up at 6 in the morning until 11 at night and do Instacart. Yes.
You was talking about roadie. Let's talk about Instacart. All right, so Mrs. UDM, go ahead. What you had to say?
No, Double M asked me the question, do I agree with what she was saying? And yes, I agree. You know, definitely we know that they're probably not going to go to completely taking the feature away. We're having them to adjust the tip. It's not going to go completely away, but I do think 24 hours is still too much time. I think that it doesn't take a a customer that long to determine if they're going to adjust their tip. Which is an hour, you know, but ultimately at the end of the day, I don't even think they should be allowed to adjust it. But we do have to look and understand it from the customer standpoint, meaning that, you know, when we have bad service at a restaurant or somewhere, of course, in our mind, we've already adjusted our tip for that waiter. So we do have to keep those things in mind. But like I said, mostly 90% of shoppers are doing an awesome job and going above and beyond. It's just mostly from what I hear, a lot of the new shoppers that are coming on and just, you know, trying to get their money and not really doing a great job when it comes to delivering great customer service.
All right. So, Double M, any other questions before I open the lines back up? We got to take one more call.
But I want to answer Humi. Yes, I noticed that too, Humi, that we don't see the items until you accept the batch. And then what happens before you slide to accept when you're at the store, I actually go into the little icon at the top of the right, and after I've accepted the order, before it says start shopping, my bad, then I actually hit the little icon, and then I hit the item detail, and I actually scroll through the whole thing and see exactly what, so I can prepare myself before I start the shopping. I actually, after I've accepted it, I've actually seen, okay, so I got to do produce first, or, you know, if they don't have produce, then do, you know, beer or alcohol or cheese or whatever. I always do that. I always check out what the items are after I've seen that if it's a good batch, after I've accepted the batch, and before I start the shopping part. I always go in and look at that, and then I always go and look and see the customers. I always go in and look and see what the customer's address is, like how far is it from where I am from the store, and yeah, I do all of that too. So.
All right. Well, thank you for your contribution, Double M. I'm gonna open the lines back up for one more call. Okay.
Okay, yes, and I'm going to say, thanks for talking to me, Mrs. UDM. Woohoo! I love you, girl. I love the whole family. Hi, DFAM. I love you all. Yes, indeed. Give kisses to the kitties. Can't say give me. You give her kisses for me, UDM. Just give her kisses. Mwah. I'm throwing my hugs out there. I love you all. You all be safe. Enjoy your Saturday tomorrow, and, yeah, you be safe. Please, all y'all be safe.
Okay,
and,
you too.
Enjoy the rest of your evening, and have a great weekend. And until we talk again, woo, woo.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Okay. So I know Matt B wanted to call in. You did get through, Matt. You know, I'm gonna leave the line open for just that one more call. I hope it's gonna be Matt B. I hope you're tuning in right now and I hope you're dialing that number, 8954-893-2121. We're just waiting on Matt B to call, okay? I'm going to read some of the chat. Ron Lisa says, you should see the items before you accept the batch. Yeah. Okay, let's see if this is Matt. I hope this is Matt. This ain't even Matt. I got to let Matt through. Thank you for calling the Gig App Life. Is this Matt?
Yes, sir. I finally got in.
Yes, it's been about a week?
No, it's been I don't know, it's been a while. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. Yeah, so talk to me. How do you feel for someone that's been focused on Instacart as long as you have since this I don't know how long you've been on the Instacart platform, but I know you've kind of like put food delivery to the side since Instacart was booming at one point. I don't know if it's still that same way in your market, but how do you feel about these new changes?
I'm going to have to agree with the ladies, I believe. Now, I've been on the Instacart thing for a little over a year now. The hour thing, I don't agree with the hour thing either, because those guys, they're either going to do it right away or they're not going to do it at all. They're going to take your tip.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think Instacart's got to figure something out, because if they're doing a straight, because there's two ways they tip in the app. They can either do a straight number amount or they do a percentage.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when they do the percentage, if there's missing items, Instacart does it itself. It automatically adjusts the tip for the percentage of missing items or whatever the dollar value is.
Right.
Now, but if, let's just say, you were ordering some stuff and you put a $20 tip on there, but half the stuff was gone. I don't know. I'm kind of in the middle with that, because we still go to that spot. We are still looking for it. Mm-hmm. It's not there. That's not our fault. It's not there, but it's really not the customer's fault either. So, I mean, there's a lot of what ifs there, I think.
Mm. So what's your real issue?
Oversaturation. I could give a crap less about those tips because I've never had anybody take one from me. Mm-hmm. But I guess if I had, I'd have a different feeling about that. So I get that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've had customers do the cash tip, and when I've delivered, there was one order I had. They ordered all kinds of meat, and I really thought I was going to lose a lot of my tip, because it was right when Tyson said they were going to close down some plants. I think it was like 8 o'clock or so. And I don't like to do the early ones because I don't like to go into Costco when they've got all that business, all the power equipment running around. But I took it. I want to say the payout was $120. So I'm like, snatched that up right quick. I grabbed it, and then I saw it was all kinds of meat. It was like 8 packages of ribeyes, 8 roasts, 8 of this, 8, all kinds of them. But they didn't have all the roast. They didn't have any of the lamb they wanted. They were missing about probably a third of the meat that they wanted. So realistically, they only got 2/3 of what they ordered. So I figured I was going to lose a big chunk of that tip. I really did. I delivered it just like as we should. I was expecting my tip to go down. The customer went in there and adjusted it, and it adjusted it $30 more than what it already was.
Gotcha.
So that was quite a surprise for me.
So your real issue with Instacart, this updated policy, this thing where they talked about deactivating customers for abusing the platform, like just the tip baiting. Since you've never really experienced that, you don't feel any of the stuff that they mentioned in this update is good enough for you, because your real issue is oversaturation. And do you think they will ever solve that issue for you in your market?
Honestly, I don't know what policies they've changed recently that's affected my market, but the batches, they don't disappear nearly as fast as they used to. Mm-hmm. I can literally look at them, click on them, even look at the items before I decide if I'm going to take it or not. Mm-hmm. Now, the last week and a half or so, I have moved back to the food delivery apps, DoorDash and Grubhub, but I am on Sunday going to go back to Instacart and see how it is.
Gotcha. All right. Well, anything you want to say to Matt, Mr. UDM?
Just, since he's a frequent shopper for Instacart, how frequently do you have to, when you were doing, because I know you say you have been recently been doing food delivery, how frequently do you have to verify that you are the shopper within the app?
I would say it's about once every batch or so.
Oh.
At least that's what I've been for me, I think. It's right around there. And I think that's cut out a lot of things, but I don't know. Those people with multiple phones that are doing using different accounts or whatever, couldn't they just have a picture on all the other phones when they swipe that batch and just take a picture of their phone screen? I mean, I don't know.
True, but I think you definitely have to take an actual picture of yourself. I think the reason they put this in place is because a lot of people were using other people's account, and it was a totally different shopper versus someone that has two Instacart accounts. If I'm understanding
but I'm saying if you had 3 different phones, you could have the account you switched on, and you could have a picture of somebody else on it, and just take a picture of that phone screen, and it might look like it's a picture of you walking around. I don't know.
I get what you're saying.
That's true. Definitely, I understand.
It's just like taking a printed photo and taking a picture of it to make it your profile photo.
Yes, I understand.
Yeah, so I get it. I totally get what you're saying, Matt. So maybe it was interesting to hear that they make you verify you are the shopper, like every other batch.
I mean, I have no problem with none of that stuff because I only use one account and that's mine. So. Yeah. All that stuff is really, and as far as the instant cash out, I guess that would suit some folks pretty well. I had commented before I realized they took the service fee away, but I'm really against taking my money and having to pay to get it. I don't care if it's 50 cents or $1 or $5. It's my money, and I don't want to pay to get it. So I always wait till payday.
Yeah, I got you. I'm there with you. So anything else you want to say, Matt, before I open the lines back up? You've been gone for about a couple of weeks.
Yeah, thanks for taking my call. Everybody get that money. Do what you got to do. It's hot here. It was like 99 degrees here today, so I used my AC today for the first time in a while.
All right, well, I'm glad that you experiencing some heat. Anyone that lives along the Gulf Coast, I want to say, like Mrs. UDM is worried about tropical depression.
I think it's still a tropical depression. Hopefully, it hasn't turned to a hurricane yet.
But I don't know. We don't know which way it's gonna head, but
never do.
Yeah, we never do. But it's something that I feel like I don't know if you guys are paying attention to the weather, but I wasn't, and she kept me. She sent me a screenshot. But if you are in Texas, if you are in New Orleans, what other states are along the coast there? But whatever state
Florida.
of course, Florida. Yeah, we're in Florida. We know that we're in like the line of fire.
Yeah, I think Georgia was the
Georgia.
That's right. That's what you guys get for living in paradise. That's just the punishment.
Yep. Summer all year long, huh?
Yeah. Well, all right, Matt.
Well,
Thanks for
y'all
calling,
have a
man.
good night.
All right,
Yeah.
have a
All
good
right,
one.
All
you
right. Yeah.
you too.
Yeah. Dude. Bye.
All right, bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
All right, so family, I know this stream, this episode of the Gig App Life podcast, it kind of started off a little rocky, but it was good that a lot of you still came back to give your opinions about this updated policy, and the changes that Instacart is trying to make. I do feel it is a PR move. Because my real issue is still the batches, and when I'm focusing on that because if the new norm on Instacart is to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning just for me to be able to get a batch, then they could keep that. They could deactivate my account all over again because I got so many things going on that I don't feel like it's necessary for me to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Because you don't sleep.
I need my rest. I do. I straight up do. You know, I need my rest. I'm not waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning. It's just the same as, all right, let me give you an example from the food delivery aspect, right? At any time of the day, if you know a good breakfast spot,
Okay.
you wake up early in the morning, you go to that breakfast spot. You know, you hope to get the amount of orders you wish to get and the pay you expect to make before breakfast rush is over, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Now, lunch rush, same thing. You know a good lunch spot, you go in that area, you work your lunch rush, make as much as you can. Same thing for dinner rush. Don't tell me in order for me to shop and just to get a good batch, I got to wake up at 6 o'clock. I mean, people shop all times of the day. Why I got to wake up at that time for me to be able to get a batch? I just don't see the point. I got enough on my plate.
Yeah, well, right now we're dealing with a lot of saturated shoppers. So, definitely if you want a batch, that's what you're going to have to do until it gets cut down, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's just me though. I don't know how many of y'all wake up that early. By thumbs ups and thumbs downs in the chat right now, how many of you wake up that early to get a batch? I know you a thumbs up, right, Mrs. UDM?
Definitely. I'm up at 4:30.
Jeez. Every morning, y'all. Don't remind me. I have to listen to that doggone alarm. I wake up and I want to throw her phone across the room. I want to throw her phone across the room, but then she turns it off.
Yeah, but it's also to help you as well. Babe.
Man. All right. So at this time, family, like I said, we started off a little bit rocky, but we made it through. And no Josh Y305. We usually take about 3 calls. It never usually lasts an hour. I went a little bit longer this time, mainly because we had a rough start. So thank you for the thumbs up. Though Josh Y305, you were like a bit of a surprise in the stream. I know you worked very hard. Okay. No badge though, man. Listen, I don't care. I don't care to wake up. Okay. One last question before we exit, Mrs. UDM. When you
Yes.
wake up that early to look for batches, how successful are you when you actually try to get a batch? How successful are you? What's your success rate?
I usually always definitely get a batch in the morning when I get up that early. The later I wait, then the harder it gets. But early in the morning, it's a lot easier, and it stays on the screen, on my screen, a lot longer.
So what's the numbers looking like?
Usually in the morning, depending on my schedule and my window of work, I'm able to get at least 2 to 3 batches in the morning, sometimes more than that.
I'm talking about in pay per batch.
Oh, and pay, the highest I've gotten right now is about $18.
$18. Okay. All right. That's not bad. And how many items?
I think it was about like 20 items. It wasn't a whole lot. I was surprised. I had a big tip on that one. So.
Okay. Well, I guess when I'll wait for the busy day,
Gotcha.
the busier day, and I'll probably wake up early then. Okay.
Yeah, or maybe you can do 7 o'clock, because now the store is opening at 7. So
Okay.
the hours have been adjusted. So maybe you could do it 7 and see what happens. Just try it out. See.
I have tried it out and I haven't been successful. That's why I don't want to wake up no more.
I think it's your phone.
We got the same phone. Man, I don't want to wake up, my eyes so heavy, and I'm swiping, and I see something pop up, I'm about to take it, and then it disappears.
Well, because you up to 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Man, I'm good. All right. So anyway, family, I know this was a pretty long episode. If you enjoyed it, make sure you squeeze the life out of that like button for me, please. And if you're brand new to the channel, just do me a favor and hit subscribe, click the bell, and join the family, okay? Because nobody else will understand what you go through except another driver or shopper, in this case, just like you. All right? So say bye-bye.
Good night, guys. Be safe out there and continue to work hard.
Yep. I say the same thing, all right? Be safe on the road, y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Deuces.